Hello, welcome to session 3 of JAR Families. I'm Amy Douglas. I'm the Kids Director at Yellow Creek Baptist Church, and I'll be with you today. Remember, in our last lesson, we learned that families have needs and wants. Today we'll talk about where families go to get their needs and wants. This word has a lot of letters. It's a really big word, isn't it? But it's actually easy to understand. An entrepreneur is a person who starts a business. Entrepreneurs are people who own businesses. They open them in neighborhoods, in towns, and in cities. Where does your family like to shop? I like Meijer a lot. I like to shop there because they have good food that I can buy for my family. I also am an entrepreneur. I'm a photographer as well as a kids director. So I take pictures of children and families and weddings and events. And then I provide photos for them to hang on their wall after I take their picture. So I provide a service and I also provide a product. Would you want to start a business someday? What type of business would you like to start? Everybody has something different that they'd like to do when they grow up. Let's take a look at this map. A map is a drawing that helps you find your way around. Maps use symbols to represent places. A symbol is a sign that's used instead of a word. Some of our symbols on here, there's an H, which is for hospital. There's a car, which is a symbol for a police station. There's an apartment, a fire truck for a fire station, a house, and this is the symbol for a library, and this is a symbol for a school. To know what the symbols on a map mean, you can look at a map key, and that's what we were just looking at. The key helps us to understand the symbols. Now let's look at these symbols on the map. Can you tell me where the hospital is? Right here, right? Because there's an H symbol right there, and we know that means hospital. What about the library? Can you tell me where the library is? Right here. So if you drove down the street from the hospital to get to the library, you would have to drive like that. What about our house? Where we live on this map? Here's the symbol for a house. So what if we wanted to drive from our house to the hospital? You come out here on the street and drive down, and there's the hospital. So that's how a map works. How does this business help a neighborhood? How does a hospital help a neighborhood? When people are hurt or sick, they can go to a hospital and people can take good care of them, right? Does this place offer a need or a want? Most of the time it offers a need, right? Because when we need to go to the hospital, it's very much a need. Have you ever visited a hospital? Some of you might have if you've broken an arm or something. So we have to look at all of our things, all of our businesses, and decide whether they are a need or a want. Our home is also a need, isn't it? Now the library, it's probably a want. We might think we need to read, and sometimes we need to read for school, but it's still a want and not something we have to survive. So we're going to look at our review now. Remember, families have needs and wants. Entrepreneurs start businesses to help families buy what they need and want. In our next session, we'll talk about different jobs in our neighborhood. And now you'll do an activity that goes along with today's lesson. See you next time. Bye-bye.